The Business Report brought to you with the compliments of CIBC First Caribbean. Banking that fits your life.
We're back now with business, and the Chief Executive Officer of the Curacao-based Coleman Holdings says he's very conscious of the issue of competition as his company prepares to open a multi-million-dollar mega hardware and home improvement store here next year. Herbert Vanderwood made the comments during an interview with the Business Report.
The entrepreneur that's not concerned about competition is a bad one. So of course we have concerns about competition, but concerns should never be a reason not to compete and not to do an investment like we're planning. We think we have a concept that is different from the competition. So it's not like we are going head on with the competition. We think we have something to offer that differentiates us from the existing hardware and building materials dealers. And of course we do hope that the public also feels that it's different and that therefore we will be able to attract enough customers to our company.
Well, eager young women here in Barbados and all across the region recently filed into the branches and offices of regional bank CIBC First Caribbean to fill a variety of positions for the day. The job as shadow was one of the bank's key activities across its 16-member regional footprint to mark International Women's Day. It saw scores of female students from secondary and tertiary institutions joining meetings with senior managers and executives or going on the front lines with retail staff as they got a feel for the various roles performed by the bank's 3,000 employees, 70% of whom are women. At the bank's regional headquarters here in Barbados, Chief Executive Officer Colette Delaney and Managing Director for Barbados and the OACS, Donna Wellington, welcomed 3 new assistants for the day when they were joined by 16-year-old Zwina Knight from Queen's College, Alyssa Payne from the Lestervon School, and Daniel Worrell from the St. Michael's School. And it's time now to take a look at how those stocks traded on selected exchanges across our region.
We get started in Jamaica, where Seprod Limited was the volume leader, with 779,351 units at $42.66 each. And they were followed by Mayberry Jamaican Equities Limited and Radio Jamaica Limited. Over in Trinidad and Tobago NGL Limited was the volume leader, with 12,713 shares changing hands for a value of $384,994.38, and they were followed by Republic Financial Holdings Limited and Sagicor Financial Corporation Limited. Here at home in Barbados, Sagicor Financial Corporation Limited was the volume leader, trading 1,460 shares at $2.59 each, and they were followed by Goddard Enterprises Limited.
Whether you want to get going in a new car, to relax at home while you pay bills on your mobile banking app, to get the best rewards with your credit card, or to get a sure start on your little one's future. Whether you want a quick response on your loan or just a range of services that keep your business running smoothly, you want banking that fits your life. CIBC First Caribbean. Banking that fits your life.
In international business, the Albanian government is launching a large-scale construction project on the country's coast in a bid to develop tourism. But ethnic Greek landowners say that the state is forcibly taking away their land, and with Albania's courts crippled by a corruption shakedown, they are left without any recourse for justice.
Ermioni Brigo was barely 7 when she witnessed the deaths of 6 Greek soldiers fighting fascist forces in World War II. They are buried on her farmstead. Now she feels she is fighting a similar authoritarianism, and the fight is once again over her land. Brigo owns beachfront property in the Bay of Himara, Albania's most valued resort area, but the government refuses to recognize her title to it. It has marked all the beachfront property in this valley as state-owned and plans to hand it over to developers.
I have the title deeds. This land was bought in 1933. My father offered a different piece of land in exchange for it. And because his land was smaller, he also paid 89 gold pieces. The papers are all signed. Now the authorities tell me I'm not the owner. I've submitted the papers to court. They're just holding on to them. These people are crooks.
Brigo is one of hundreds of ethnic Greeks who stand to lose 137 hectares of beachfront property stretching down the southern Albanian coast. The government claimed the land last November in a cabinet decision that wasn't ratified by Parliament or signed by the President. The Greek minority Omonia party wishes to challenge the cabinet decision in court, but it can't because Albania's court system is crippled by a major shakedown that has seen most Supreme Court and Constitutional Court justices dismissed for corruption.
Well, tonight's Minding Your Business is about something as Bajan as you can get. Here's a hint. It's cold and sweet.
Minding Your Business with the kind compliments of the Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union Limited, who remind you that you are better with us.
On this week's edition of Minding Your Business, we look at a traditional Bajan treat, the snow cone. And to help us do that is the Zai World of Bless Youth Snow Treats.
Do it for the love and I do it for the lights. Do it for the love and I do it for the lights. Do it for the love and I do it for the lights. Do it for the love and I do it for the lights.
Well, we all know that on an especially hot day in Barbados, there's nothing like a sweet, cooling snow cone to beat the heat.
Well, Bless Youth Snow Treats started about 4 years ago, 2015. And I was encouraged and inspired by my girlfriend and an old schoolmate to get into the business. So I went doing some research on it.
Was it easy when you started out?
In the beginning, it was a bit of a task because I didn't know, jack from what I had to do. I started by renting someone's car every day, and over time I got to learn about how to make the syrups, how to make the flavors, and to be quite honest with you, it was pretty tedious at the beginning because I didn't know until somebody told me that I had some watery snow cones.
But if ever there was a complete turnaround for a business, that was it. And things got significantly better when he started getting really creative.
I came up with this idea about 3 years back, and I said, you know something, snow cone sales, selling snow cones is a old pastime in Barbados, and I was saying, try to bring something new to make it, to encourage it to be something, nice, and also at the same time healthy, and thirst quenching at the same time. So what I did, I said, you know what angle would I take to encourage my customers to come and eat my snow cones? And I said, let them come and taste Barbados for themselves. From what you can see, my flavors are significant to some landmarks in Barbados. Like Cherry Tree Hill, Warrens, Pineapple Wildy, the Grapevine in Whole Town, Sweet Lime Grove, famous Coconut Court, and Tamarind Lane. I also have exotic flavors or adult flavors, which would be free for sampling if you choose to get.
The entrepreneur has also been able to impress some corporate clients by angling his unique style to cater to special events.
I have been fortunate in the past to have some business brought up at the Hilton, places like the Hilton, places like NASCO. Also my usual daily trade, playing my trade. I also get to meet new people, and they are curious as to what different ideas I might have as it relates to maybe their social private event, maybe a wedding, maybe their daughter or their son's birthday party, stuff like that.
But for his business to be most effective, Desai says God must come first in everything. So he starts every day by reading his devotional before heading out on the road.
When it comes to God, I put him first in every step that I take on my journey as a snow cone vendor. And I would continue to encourage anybody, even though it might seem hard to just pray, there's a lot of power in prayer. So I do a lot of that, and the power shows itself.
And on the day we hit the road with Desai, he got started in Goodland, where he lives, then through Alkins Land, Richmond Gap, Eagle Hall, and surrounding areas. And every time he stopped, he was greeted with respect and admiration. He says people are at the center of his business.
I love to meet people. I love to be sociable. I love music, so I put that implement as well in my daily trade. Yeah.
And with the talk of the plastic ban, Desai even personalizes cups for some of his customers. Cameraman Patrick Murray also got in on the act. He also talked about the direction he'd like to see the business go moving forward.
I am trying really to upgrade more than to expand at this point, because people are taking their health a lot more seriously. So I'm trying to work an angle where I, in the end result, have all natural flavors on my cart, along with the exotic flavors for the weekend adults.
Now, if you'd like to get in contact with Desai, you can look for Blessed Youth Snow Treats on Instagram, or give him a call or WhatsApp at 248-8400. But that's it for this week's edition of Minding Your Business. I want to thank Blessed Youth Snow Treats and Desai World for having me to put in a solid day's work and knowing that I will now be paid in snow cones. Do have a good night.
Minding Your Business, with the kind compliments of the Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union Limited, who remind you that you are better with us.